Hi there, my name's Melody, my pronouns are they, them, and welcome to my zine making workshop. It's in collaboration with the Canny Little Library. A little bit about me: I'm a trans/non-binary theatre maker, a writer and facilitator, and in South Shields I co-run the LGBTQIA+ group Ours Us We. This workshop is a part of my project which is called Stay Home Stay Queer. It's something that I've been working on throughout lockdown. And it's aimed at young LGBTQIA+ people who might be living in unaccepting homes, or just any queer people who might be feeling a bit lost with their identities at the moment, because we can't see our queer friends and family that usually lift us up and affirm our identities. During lockdown I've been making loads of little zines full of quotes from queer people that I look up to, where they're sharing their wisdom, sharing their advice on how to get through lockdown. Getting crafty has just really helped me take my mind off everything at the moment, and it's really helped me relax, and that's just something that I want to share with you through this workshop. Especially with Christmas coming up, many of us might be with family members that don't accept our identities, or they might not use our pronouns or our name. So if you're familiar with any of that, this workshop's for you. But also if you just want to hang out and get crafty and make some zines, then that's totally fine as well. In this workshop we'll be aiming to make your own little mini zine, something that you can look over and remind yourself of your identity and your queerness, or it could just be full of loads of things that you really like or that inspires you or makes you feel happy. This workshop will take about an hour, but the video will still be available to watch for a few weeks, so if you just want to do it in your own time or in smaller chunks, then that's totally cool. You will need an A4 piece of paper, some pens or pencils, scissors, and just optional magazines or newspapers, things you don't mind cutting up, any stickers or sparkly thing, Pritt stick, and a really good playlist. But Melody, what is a zine? Well, Melody, a zine is a self-published little magazine that is handmade. It's a way to express yourself or your passions or your views. They come in all different shapes and sizes, but today we'll be making ours out of just an A4 piece of paper. Zines or fanzines were really popular in the 80s and the 90s as a way for people to express their interests and for them to connect with other people that like the same stuff as them. People used art and poems and literature or reviews of like bands and music or films, and they self-published them in zines. Often just using a photocopier where they could have sold them, or they might have just shared them with friends. Making zines through lockdown has really helped me connect with my community, as I've been sharing work online, asking friends to write quotes for the zines, and it's really given me a sense of purpose. It's really helped me get a sense of connection with other people because I've started posting them out, and some people have sent their zines back to me, so we've swapped them, and it's just been a really nice way of connecting with other people. And it's made me realise that I do have friends, I do have a community, and I do have allies, even though I can't see them in person. So now you know what a zine is, I'm going to teach you how you can make your own. To start, you're going to get your A4 piece of paper, and all you're going to do is fold it in half. Just really make sure that you get the two corners lined up. Now you've folded it in half, you're going to fold it in half again, but the other way, so like this. And then again, just make sure you get the points really lined up. Now you should have something like this where it's got a cross going both ways, and what you're going to do next is fold this bit into the centre. So you folded that into the centre now, and you're going to do the exact same on this side, so you're going to fold this side into the centre. So now you should have something like this. So it is like a W or an M. What you're going to do now is you're going to grab your piece of paper from the centre again, and you're going to use your scissors and cut down this line. So I'll draw on where you need cut. remember to be safe with scissors. So you cut in here, just to that centre point, and then you should have like a cut in the middle like that, so it looks a bit like a mouth. So now you just need to fold your piece of paper in half again like this. Make sure that you line up those edges again, and then if you look at it this way, it's like a diamond, and what you're going to do is you're going to push that diamond in, and this is making the pages of your zine. If you can see now, all you need to do is fold it round. You can make it a little bit neater if it's not quite lined up, but you're just folding it round, and you should have your little zine. So as you can see, you've got all the pages inside, you've got front cover and the back cover. There you go. Just take your time, it might take you a few attempts to get it perfect, but I quite like it when zines are a bit mismatched because it makes it like look really individual. Okay, brilliant, so you've made your own zine. I've now got some fun, short little activities to help us generate some material for the inside of the zine, but you can of course just free flow and just design it however you want to. So first, I'd like you to think of a theme for your zine. It could be an aesthetic or a colour scheme that you really like, or some imagery or patterns from films or TV. Just something that you could use potentially as a front cover and a back cover. The theme could run throughout the whole zine and it could be used as a background for each page inside. Think about what the main standout aesthetics that you want to feature in the zine and make sure that they're on the front cover and the back. You could also think about different arty techniques to use. So you could use collaging if you're cutting out pictures from the newspaper. You could cut out pictures that you really like, or images that stand out to you, or you could just rip up loads of piece of paper and then stick it all down. I always think that looks really cool. I'm going to make mine a queer Christmas themed zine, but you don't have to. Here is what I've went for my cover of the zine. I've went with The Muppets Christmas Carol because that's obviously one of the best Christmas films ever. And then as like a theme throughout the zine, I've done like these little like candy canes. I don't know if you can see them very well. Here are my Stay Home Stay Queer zines. So this was the first issue and they're just full of quotes from queer people that I really like. This one was like ice cream themed. This one's Simpsons themed. So this one was full of quotes from Black and Latino queer icons. Pokemon themed, Twin Peaks themed, Halloween edition, and this is the new one, so this is an exclusive look. Ooh. So spend about 10 minutes designing your front cover and your back cover and thinking about a theme for your zine. Okay, so now you've designed a front cover and possibly back cover, we're going to look at some small activities that could make material to put on each page in the zine. You could do this on a separate piece of paper, then you could cut it out and stick it in, or you could just do it directly onto the page. It's up to you. For this activity, I'd like you to draw a little outline of a gingerbread person. You can decorate them if you want. Inside the gingerbread person, I want you to write down all the things that make you feel good about your identity and good about yourself. These could be characteristics that you're really proud to have and what make you you. And then on the outside of the gingerbread person, write down all of the outside factors that make you feel good and validated. So this could be music that you listen to, or films, or YouTube videos, or certain clothes that you wear. Or it could be people that you look up to, or your friends or family who make you feel good. Here is my gingerbread person. So on the inside I've wrote things like my sense of humour, I'm quite a joyful person and I like caring for people. On the outside I've wrote when people use my pronouns and my queer friends. So if you want to spend 2 minutes drawing your gingerbread person. For your third task, I want you to look online or in some books and find an inspirational or powerful quote by an LGBTQ plus role model or someone that you look up to. This could be lyrics to a song or a section of a speech or just something that you could use as a positive affirmation or motto to look back on. And if you like drawing, you could draw the person who said the quote. Here is my inspirational queer quote, which is, "We have to be visible. We should not be ashamed of who we are." And that's by Sylvia Rivera, who's a really important trans woman of colour and activist that helped push for LGBTQ plus rights in the Stonewall riots. So if you'd spend about 5 minutes doing this activity. For activity number 4, this is a little bit Christmas themed. I've called it a queer Christmas carol. You're going to write down one memory from your past that you're really proud of. So it could be an achievement or a moment that just gives you loads of pride. And then you're going to write down one thing from the present which is making you feel happy or it's bringing you joy right now. Just something happening now that's making you feel good. Then you're going to write down one thing that you're really looking forward to in the future. Here is my queer Christmas carol. The writing's really tiny, but it just says, my past memory I'm really proud of was performing at the Royal Vauxhall Tavern. My moment from the present is my new playlist is really making me happy at the moment. And in the future I'm really looking forward to developing a new show. If you take 5 minutes to do this. So for the final activity, I want you to write a love letter to a place. Just somewhere where you have a really good memory of being there, or something happened that you're really proud of, or every time you go there it just makes you feel really nice. But I want you to write the letter as if you're writing it to a real person, and really exaggerate the small details, things that are important to you about the place. And you can use your senses to really bring the place to life, so like what are you hearing when you're there, and what do you smell, etc. If you don't want to write a letter, you could draw the place and write a few words that come to mind about the place, or what you like about it, or what makes it special to you. My example would be I'd write a letter to my local park, because I really like seeing all the dogs there. You sometimes see squirrels and rats. There's a coffee van, so you get like a nice smell of coffee every so often. It just really makes me feel all warm and cosy even though it's freezing. This activity you might want to use a double page spread, as it might take up quite a lot of space. And it's quite nice using a different variation of pages in your zines, and if you can take 10 minutes to do this activity. So if you've done your maths, you should have 1 page spare, and I've just left that as a free page for you. I've used it to write down a playlist of songs that I'm really liking at the moment, so when I look back at it in the future it will be really cool to see what I was listening to at that time. And that is the end of the workshop. I hope you had a nice time, even if you just spent this hour drawing or writing or doodling. It's an hour that you've spent taking time for yourself, and creativity is such a helpful way to relax. If you have made a zine, I'd absolutely love to see it, and feel free to use the hashtag #StayHomeStayQueer and tag me. I'll put my social media in the description box. I've also included a list of super cool queer zines for you to check out, including the Stay Home Stay Queer activity pack, which is free to download, and it's full of quotes and advice and just some fun activities like colouring in. Big thank you to the Canny Little Library for supporting this workshop. I couldn't have done it without them. Make sure you follow them on their social media to find out about more workshops like these and super cool book recommendations. And whether you celebrate Christmas or not, I hope you have a really lovely winter holiday. Just remember to look after yourself, and don't forget to reach out to your friends or trusted family members or services if you are struggling. I'll also link in some helpful LGBTQIA+ services that provide help and support. Thanks so much for tuning in and making zines with me. Take care.